Hi, it's Caden and welcome back to the channel. Now, Arizona is known for its great retirement communities. We have so many of them, over 40, 55 plus communities in Maricopa County alone. And with all of these communities, how could you possibly know which are the best? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about today. Today, I'm going to tell you my personal top 3 55 plus communities here in the greater Phoenix area. I've taken many different categories into consideration when coming up with this top 3 list. I've taken into account the value, the location, the different amenities that each of these communities offer, and I have come up with these top 3 communities that I recommend to every single one of my clients who come in looking for a 55 plus community. I make sure that they have checked out at least these 3 communities because I do think that these are the 3 best in the entire valley. Now, I'm only going to be going over these 3 communities today in this video, but if you would like my 55 plus community guide that goes over all of the different 55 plus communities so you can make sure you're not missing out on any of them, please feel free to email me. My email is on the screen and I can send it over to you. It has a 1-page summary of each of the communities, a map that plots them all out so you can get a feel for where they are in the valley, and a spreadsheet at the end to compare all of the different numbers on all of the different communities. So shoot me an email and I can send it your way. Starting off our list, we have Sun City Festival, which in my opinion, you get the most value for your dollar in Sun City Festival out of any other 55 plus community in the entire valley. You can get a brand new home here in Sun City Festival that's about 1,800 square feet and the low 400,000s to high 300,000s, which I think is already a deal that's unheard of in some of these other communities. That's a pretty good price per square foot. But you're also going to get access to some of the most high-end amenities in the entire valley. Their last clubhouse was just built in 2016, and it's very modern, very luxurious. It has these great views of the White Tank Mountains as well, and a resort-style pool in the back with beach entry. And their other clubhouse is over 30,000 square feet. It has multiple club rooms, access to all these different interest groups. It's very easy to meet people in this community because of how active it is. And this other clubhouse also has another resort-style pool with beach entry in the back as well. They both have fitness centers, and I think the access to all of these great amenities is really something that sets Sun City Festival apart from all these other communities. Within the community, there's a 27-hole championship golf course over at the Copper Canyon Golf Club. They also have the Indigo Grill, which is their restaurant that overlooks the driving range there. The golf courses here are very high-end and well-maintained, again, having those great views of the White Tank Mountains. The Sage Clubhouse is the older of the 2 clubhouses, but that is the one that is more club-oriented. That's where a lot of the different interest groups meet, and the outside of this clubhouse is very well manicured. You see a lot of greenery. It really does not feel like you are in Arizona when you're driving through and walking through the grounds of the Sage Clubhouse. It is definitely a high-end clubhouse. The other clubhouse is the Saguaro Clubhouse, which is that newer one. It has a fitness center in there. The Sage Clubhouse also has its own fitness center as well, by the way. But the Saguaro's fitness center is a bit more upscale. It's got this indoor walking track that goes around the entire grounds. And then again, great views of those White Tank Mountains. Can't stress how great the views here of the White Tank Mountains are. You're located right on that northern base of the White Tank Mountains. Now, that is probably the only downside to Sun City Festival is the location. You're about 15 to 20 minutes away from any major shopping like grocery stores, Safeway, Costco, Sam's Club, etc. So you are a little bit removed from the city. Now, the good news is they are building another about 10,000 home development about 10 minutes away from Sun City Festival in between you and the nearest grocery store. So they are saying that within the next few years, they are going to start constructing some more grocery stores closer to and within Sun City Festival. But no, none of those plans are solid. So just keep that in mind when buying in the community. Just make sure that before you buy in the community, you are content with how far the grocery stores are now, just in case they never end up adding a grocery store within the community. You never have to end up moving because this grocery store just became too far away. It's about a 15-20 minute drive. I know a lot of people coming in from out of state, that's pretty normal to them, so it's not a big deal, but some people do mind it. Another great thing about Sun City Festival, it has one of the best sports complexes out of all of the 55 plus communities as well. They have over 16 pickleball courts. They also have a softball field that has multiple leagues that run throughout the year. They have a wood shop, a pottery studio, all different ways to get involved within the community. And I really do see a lot of the community residents taking a liking to all of the different amenities and things that they have to do within the community. They also have over 30 different floor plans, home prices ranging from about the high 200s, about 300,000 even, all the way up into $1 million. And those $1 million homes in Sun City Festival are going to be 3,600 square feet on the golf course with a pool. So the value you get for your dollar out in Sun City Festival really is the best in the entire entire valley. And the reason that is just because you're a little bit removed from the city. So if you don't mind being a little ways out, I think Sun City Festival is definitely one of the best communities in the valley. They also offer a stay and play, which they allow you full access to all of their amenities in the community. You can come and rent a villa from them for 2 to 3 nights, get a feel for what it's actually like living in the community. So that's a really nice little trial period and something I recommend when people do come into town to check out 55 plus communities. If you'd like to schedule that up, feel free, shoot me a text, call, or email, and I can give you the information to schedule a stay and play at Sun City Festival. Now, next on the list is Pebble Creek. Pebble Creek is a 24-hour guard-gated community located in Goodyear, just off the I-10 freeway and the 303. So Pebble Creek actually has one of the most central locations out of all of the different 55 plus communities. Many of the communities are kind of located on the outskirts of the West Valley, but Pebble Creek is only about 30 to 35 minutes away from the airport. Like I said, it's guard gated, so already off to a great start with the location. Now, Pebble Creek is also known as one of the most active 55 plus communities out of all of them. They have over 20 pickleball courts that do have lights so they can play well into the night. But the main reason that I recommend Pebble Creek over other communities is how active the community is. It feels like every time I recommend people to do the stay and play in Pebble Creek, which is something Pebble Creek offers as well, reach out and I can set that up for you here in Pebble Creek as well. But whenever people come and stay in this community, whenever I recommend clients to go and check out the community, they always come back with stories about how they met somebody at the clubhouse who welcomed them in and showed them around and showed them all of the amenities. They have over 100 chartered clubs in Pebble Creek, so that's pretty crazy to have 100 interest groups that are consistently meeting throughout the year in Pebble Creek. Very easy to find people that are like-minded. They also have some great amenities. They have a Tuscany clubhouse, which is the larger one. That's more the hub of the community. And then they have another clubhouse on the other side of the community called the Eagles Nest Clubhouse, which is the older one, but it still has some nice amenities over there. They have a golf course over on that side as well and a restaurant. But on the Tuscany side is where most of the action goes down. They have a completely separate art studio where they have a gift shop and classes going on year round. They have an indoor theater, a complete theater. It's over 330 seats. It's a pretty amazing theater that they have going on in there, and they have all different types of shows that meet in there. They have a billiards area. They also have a state-of-the-art fitness center and an outdoor and indoor pool here in Pebble Creek. Whenever I have showings in the community or I'm meeting a client at the clubhouse, I almost always see all of their pickleball courts in use. It's a very active community, and I'm always seeing residents using all of the different amenities whenever I'm there. That's the main reason that I recommend Pebble Creek. In Pebble Creek, they started building in 1994, so they do have some older homes in the community, but they still are building some new builds as well. So you're going to find a broad range. They had a lot of different phases and construction periods in Pebble Creek because they've been building for over 30 years. They have over 6,200 homes within the community, and you're going to see the prices ranging anywhere from about the mid 300s to well over $1 million, just depending on what it is you're exactly looking for in a home. But I can tell you, when you're looking in Pebble Creek, it's definitely a community I would recommend. I think that if you're coming in from out of state and you don't know too many people, it's going to be very easy to find your crowd within Pebble Creek and stay active within the community. Not to mention only being 30 to 35 minutes away from the airport. So if you are going to do the snowbird lifestyle, the drive to and from your community is not going to be too bad. And you've got great access to that I-10 freeway, so you can get to all of the other different parts of the valley. Pebble Creek is also a Robeson Resort community. So if you know anything about the Robeson Resort communities, they really know what they're doing when it comes to these 55 plus communities. They build them all across the nation, and Pebble Creek is really one of their prized possessions, one of their crown jewels, if you will, of a community because of how long it's been around and how many people are still moving to the community. And finally, the last community we are going to talk about in this video is Victory at Verrado. Now, Victory at Verrado is one of the most high-end 55 plus communities in the entire valley. It's located in the larger master plan community of Verrado, so it's the 55 plus section within the community out there in Buckeye, just off the I-10 freeway. So it's about a 40-minute drive to the airport, so just a little bit further out than Pebble Creek. Within Verrado, you have some of the best mountain views in the entire valley. It's on the southern base of the White Tank Mountains. So I know we talked about earlier in the video how Sun City Festival is on the northern base of the White Tank Mountains. Victory at Verrado is just a whole lot closer to the city on the other side of those White Tank Mountains. So you have very similar views, honestly better views than Sun City Festival, because their clubhouse is situated on this great hill. It looks out over the mountains. You have a great view of their golf course. They have 2 golf courses within the community. Both are par 72. And they have some very high-end amenities. They started building Victory at Verrado in 2016, so it's a very new community. They are still building new build homes. They have some great incentives running in there to buy a brand new home from the builder. They also have 6 different builders that build within Victory at Verrado. So the nice thing about having 6 different builders is they're all in competition with each other, and so they're really giving you the best deal. They have to make their homes the best. They have to make some unique floor plans to appeal to different people. So having 6 builders in there, you get to choose which one you really do like the best. A lot of these other communities, Sun City Festival only has Del Webb and Pulte as the builder. In Pebble Creek, they only have Robeson Communities as the builder. But here in Victory at Verrado, you're going to get your choice between 6 different builders. Now, the builders do specialize in different things. David Weekley is known for more for their larger homes, like the $1 million ones on the golf course, while KHOV is known for more of that $500,000 range. So there's just a lot of different builders in here, so you really can choose the best home that suits your needs within Victory at Verrado. They have an art studio, a resort-style pool, a state-of-the-art fitness center all over at their clubhouse that's perched up on that hill that overlooks the entire community. But they also have over 30 clubs and interest groups, so it's very easy to get involved in the community that way. And they are currently building more pickleball courts because their current pickleball courts are kind of overflowing a little bit, and so they're needing to build a few more of those. The main draw to Victory at Verrado is honestly the younger crowd. It's a 45 plus community if you buy a new build home. So you find a lot of people that are just entering that 55 plus snowbird lifestyle. So that's the major appeal to a lot of people moving into Victory at Verrado, is they find a lot of people more their age that are just entering this phase of their life and looking forward to playing golf and drinking wine and going to the restaurant and just being involved in the community. There's a lot of different hiking trails that are right off of those mountains there that you can see. They have all these different biking trails, and being located within Verrado is very nice because you can just take that main street right on down. It's about a 1.5 mile drive down to their main street area, which is where they have all these different shops. They have these string lights. They have a courtyard area there, and that's also where their second clubhouse is. This second clubhouse you do have access to as a Victory at Verrado resident, but it's an all-age clubhouse. So if you have kids that are coming into town, especially for the holidays, you can just go down there and let them use that other clubhouse that is more catered towards the kids, while you have your own completely separate clubhouse. That clubhouse in Victory at Verrado is private, and only people who are 19 years and older can use that clubhouse. So it's nice to have access to both of the different clubhouses. It's nice to have access to that Main Street area where they have a lot of cool shopping and dining. They're actually building more restaurants in that area as I'm talking to you now. And being in that Buckeye area, they just built a Costco less than 5 minutes away from the community, and there's a lot more shopping and dining coming to that area right now that is currently being constructed. So that Victory at Verrado is just a very sought after area, about 40 minutes from the airport. You get a younger crowd that's more involved in the community. I also have video tours of all 3 of these communities. I'll link those in the description of those videos. It's a complete community tour. I go through all the clubhouses, explain all the HOA fees, and tell you everything you need to know before you make a move into one of these communities. Those videos will be linked in the description of this video. And that is all I have for you guys in this video. Those are my top 3 communities that I recommend to clients. Obviously, there are so many other communities, so if you didn't see a community on this video, it doesn't mean that it's a bad community by any means. I work in them all the time. These are just the 3 that I am typically recommending the most to different clients based on what they are looking for. I am a licensed real estate agent out here in the greater Phoenix area, and if you are planning a move to one of these age-restricted communities, I would love to help you out with that. My name and number are on the screen. I also have that 55 plus community guide that goes over all of the different 55 plus communities here in the greater Phoenix area, so you can make sure you're not missing out on any of them. My name, number, and email are on the screen. Just shoot me an email and I can send you my guide. My name is Caden Leali, and I will see you in the next video.